There's a lot of music used in television shows, films, commercials, documentaries, and so on. The vast majority of it is music created by unknown indie artists. In other words, artists like you and I. Licensing is an incredible opportunity for unknown musicians. In a time when record sales are declining and it's become harder and harder to make a living as a musician in the traditional ways musicians have made a living, licensing is a shining light in a sea of darkness. Although it's not an easy business to make money in, it's still the music business after all, and it's still competitive. But licensing is a part of the business that's open to all musicians. It's not dependent on living in a certain location, looking a certain way, or being a certain age. To license your music, there's truly a very low barrier to entry. Anyone can throw their hat into the music licensing ring. I know a wide variety of musicians that have found success licensing their music. I know artists that are young and play in bands that have found success through music licensing. And conversely, I know many artists in their 50s or even 60s that have full-time jobs but find music licensing to be a viable outlet to get their music out into the world and make an extra revenue stream at the same time. However, with that said, I also know a lot of musicians that struggle to find success licensing their music. In addition to the challenges in getting your music to the right people and connecting with the right people, there's also the challenge of knowing what kind of music to write for licensing opportunities. All of my previous courses have focused on the business side of music licensing and how to network and connect with people working in the licensing business. This course focuses on the music side of licensing and how to write songs that will optimize your chances for finding success in music licensing. No matter how great you are at networking and connecting with people in the music licensing business, if your music isn't right for licensing in the first place, you're not going to find success. One of the biggest challenges in terms of getting your music licensed is writing music that will work for potential licensing opportunities. Normally, when you're writing songs with the idea of pitching them for licensing opportunities, you won't know specifically where your music is going to end up being used. Sometimes you will if you're writing music for a specific project, but the majority of the time, you'll most likely be writing songs with the goal of pitching them to future licensing opportunities that you don't even know about yet. It's hard to know what kind of music to write if you don't even know where your music is going to be used. However, by knowing what types of songs and what kind of music is used in general, you can greatly increase your odds of success. Licensing, due to the nature of the way the business works, is all about leveraging your chances of success by writing music that works for licensing and then actively pitching your songs to a variety of opportunities. There are no guarantees until a music supervisor actually decides to license one of your songs. Everything you do up to that point is about increasing your odds of making that happen. By learning what kind of music is licensed more often and learning how to write songs that work in a wider range of licensing scenarios, you'll greatly increase your odds of success. So, with that in mind, let's get started learning how to write songs for licensing.